Hello, my name is Darius Mason. I was born November 10th, 1987. During this time, a lot of interesting things were going on, and I will be taking time today to inform you of those things that were present around my birth year. To start this off, I would like to mention gas prices. Around my birth year, gas was as low as 89 cents a gallon. It's just amazing. I can't even believe it. Like, doing the research on this, seeing that, I was like, no way. Because today, gas is more than triple. I mean, it's almost $4 a gallon. And I know that we all wish there was no such thing as inflation, but there is. And it does apply to gas, which is so vital to our motor vehicles, getting us from point A to point B, taking your kids to school, going to work, traveling, airplane. It just all adds up. It's our number one resource, and we need it, and we got to pay for it to get where we got to go. The next thing I want to talk about is popular music. At this time, the most popular music was R&B, pop, and rock and roll. R&B is rhythm and blues, and it consists of slow music with lyrics of love where you can relax to it, and it's just something mellow you out. Pop music is more like a sped up kind of bubbly music where you're happy, you having fun, you can vibe to. It's a nice, also a nice music. Uh, Rock and roll. Now that's more of like a hardcore, funky type music that speaks about partying, drugs, and life. Just a hardcore, a lot of guitars, and just a lot of hardcore music. Which one would I choose? I like the best. I would choose R&B. I'm more of a laid back type of guy, so R&B would be if I had to listen to one. If I had to pick out of the three, in 1987, I would pick R&B. Some popular songs and artists include "Bad" by Michael Jackson. Can't nobody beat Michael Jackson. That guy was bad. I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. La La Bamba by Los Lobos. I seen that movie La La Bamba. It was a great movie, and that's how I remember that song. I just remember the movie being sad, and I remember that song playing. Open Your Heart from Madonna. I wasn't a Madonna fan, but I know she's a mega superstar, so only could imagine how big she was in 1987. She probably was just huge. Everybody loved her. I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston. I wasn't a big fan of Whitney Houston either, but my mom was a big fan, so yeah. And yeah, so next is what I found was in 1987 was some special events of the times, including movies, books, and some other cool facts. Popular movies at the time were RoboCop, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Dirty Dancing, and Lethal Weapon. Now, for some reason, I seen all these movies. I'm pretty sure it was later in the year, but I seen all these movies except for Dirty Dancing, and they all were great movies. Popular books included Beloved by Toni Morris, Misery by Stephen King, and Anne Frank Remembered by Misa Gears. I would like to elaborate a little bit on Anne Frank and Misa Gears, because that was probably like the deepest thing I found. So, for those who don't know of the story, Anne Frank was a teen girl of Jewish descent. She wrote a journal of her time being part of the Holocaust. And her family was hidden from the Nazi army, who was led by Adolf Hitler, who wanted to kill all Jews. Misa Gears was a friend who helped Anne and her family hide when Anne was finally captured and sent to a concentration camp. Misa kept her journal safe and then published it for the world to know what was going on during that time. Okay, some cool facts. Some other cool facts that I found. The King's Crossfire. The King's Crossfire was an underground fire in King's Cross Tube Station in London. 31 people were killed at this time. That was like so big for London, like everybody was sad and depressed. I don't even imagine how people feel during that fire. A second fact was Robert Mills. an Englishman, was the first to be criminally convicted from the use of DNA evidence. Yeah, it's crazy because this happened in 1987, and now everybody who get evicted usually is convicted because of DNA evidence. Another fact is disposable contact lenses became available for commercial distribution, which kind of created like an era of no glasses. So everybody kind of like stopped wearing glasses because they could just pop their their lenses in and get rid of them. They just became cheaper, I guess. Some clothing that was popular for women were baggy dresses, frenetic boots, shirts worn with leggings, sweatshirts worn with pants. Leggings, they made a comeback. I see a lot of girls wearing leggings, so that's something that made it come back. Some popular clothing for men were tassel loafers, denim jackets, and suspender pants. I don't know about suspender pants, but right. One cool fact that I did find out: The Simpsons. I'm a huge Simpsons fan, and I found out that it premiered in the year of 1987. That's huge. I did not even know that. The year I was born. That's big. And Ronald Reagan was our president. Yeah, so during my research, I found out lots of new things about the time I was born. I hope you all learned something new also. I'm pretty sure there's so many more things that were going on during the time I was born, but these are a few of the things that I found interesting, that stood out to me. Darius Mason, thanks for listening, and have a great day. And I also got to say, I didn't have 4 audience members, only had 2. Would y'all please stand? And I'm sorry about that. I got my wife right here and my brother, so I'm sorry about not having 4. I'm gonna try to have 4 in the last research. Thank you.